right. Hello, hello, hello. We're back. It is Saturday night, and we're continuing on with this demi-barding. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Having a great Saturday. 4 minutes early. You're right. Why am I? Well, I guess we're starting 5 minutes early. We'll chat for a little bit. Such a rush, I thought. My life's been such chaos. It's all good, though. But anyway, hope everyone's having a great Saturday. Hopefully your life is less chaotic than mine is right now. Really excited tonight. The gift card giveaway is bumped up again. Another $20 over last week. We're at $45 for the $45 Mecha Warehouse gift card for the giveaway. Is where we're starting tonight. So that's pretty cool. But what's up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? I'm gonna jump in the chat, say hello, and all that good stuff. Before I forget, if you enjoy these streams, please do hit the like button, and we do have the 50% off all of. Didn't fix that, did I? I'm fixing that right now. 50% off select items with the code FALL50, fall clearance. Take advantage if you haven't yet. We added some new stuff, so worth taking another look. So what's up? Wolfpack, Repo, Raven, Dylan Dull, Matthew Mahoney, John Ventura, Big Deal, what's going on? Real Time 88, Bacchus ECO, Lord Kronos, Butter Knuckles, Jason S, M2020 Jake, what's up? SNX PES, what's going on? Rob Sadler. By the way, Nick, how fast is MG the OSL? Pretty fast. We didn't get very many. We've got this one distributor that tends to show up earlier than everybody else. They're also the one that has most likely to cut us on stuff, especially really, really hot stuff like that. So those went really fast. We do have more coming from our other distributors, so hopefully those will be here sooner than later. Digital Bach, what's up? Baron Radium. Okay, for my coin arrived. Those did ship. That's cool. Finally got those out. Got all those issues resolved. So that's pretty exciting. Relief I still have a chance. Yeah, absolutely. MGSD Aerial coming soon. So those restocked Friday as well. Those, I believe, are already sold out. We should have more coming as well from these other distributors. So I would expect to see them in the next, I don't know, 2 to 6 weeks maybe. Exactly how far off the different distributors are varies from time to time. So it's not always consistent. But it's also helpful for us because we have redundancy if one distributor has an issue, things like that. I'm gonna pick up where I left off. I think we did the torso and the head of this demi-barding towards the end of the stream last week. So I'm gonna start off with looks like the right arm tonight. The O from a different distributor back in February is supposed to ship third quarter, but still hasn't shipped. Not using them again. Some places are willing to take pre-orders and stuff that they don't know if they're going to get for sure, which is anything Bandai at this point. No distributor that I know of is guaranteeing delivery because Bandai themselves are not guaranteeing delivery. And so if they take your pre-order, it's because they are guessing, hoping, whatever, that they'll get those in. We've always been super careful about that stuff, and when Bandai stopped confirming stuff, then we stopped Bandai pre-orders altogether. And we're not offering new pre-orders on anything at this point because between the tariff situation and other challenges, just it makes everything harder. So we're still ordering stuff, but we're not offering it for pre-orders. Happy to see you guys flying through inventory. It's good and bad. I wish we could better predict which things we need a lot of, because it seems like we need a lot until we don't, and then things slow down a lot. So it's very challenging to navigate what exactly you should order. We've seen things that should be really hot be not hot, or they're really hot the first shipment we receive and they're suddenly not hot anymore. It's very, very difficult. Rick Diaz and the O neither has shipped. For what it's worth, this particular shipment of the O might be one of the first ones to drop here stateside. I'm not sure. You guys probably pay attention to that more than I do. Buy more from you guys. Bring out MG to buy period. I think a lot of people are saturated with their collections right now. There's certain new kits I wish they would make that I think would do really well, but it's a challenging game, challenging times. I think you guys might have been the first to have the O in stock. It's very possible. And then our next shipment will probably show up after everybody else gets theirs. And it's tough. Wish I could have all of them and be first every time. That would make things easier. What's up, Go Zero? Living Dead New Type, how are you? Atomic Etrigan, what's going on? Let's see. It's like Bobby always says, if you aren't first, you're last. What's up, Jake? Any updates on progress of the new dojo space? Yes. So spent most of today over there. Actually, we got mats in last night, installed. We finished the installation today. We had to cut mats along one of the walls for a wall-to-wall fit, and then I got a I don't know, enrollment desk or whatever you want to call it set up for the front area. The hope is to open for Monday. The big challenge there, really frustrated, our insurance broker for the dojo. I don't know if they were asleep at the wheel. It could be just the insurance carrier's fault. But I asked them a little over a week ago for getting it all in place to switch over for Monday. Actually wanted to switch over for tomorrow and do like an open house or something. But it's not in place yet. And it's especially frustrating because they've said that we can't cover both locations at the same time. So if they show up on Monday with the certificate in hand, then I have to have class at the new place. I can't at the old place. So it's going to be fun figuring that out. I built the MG gear at Doga last weekend. Planning on just snap building it with some panel line, but quickly turn into a full-on build for a local competition during December. That's cool. It's a little over a week left. Our third course order probably ships September 30th, 11:59. Let's Purchased something from Mecha Warehouse recently during a 50% sale. I needed some important tools. Got invested in modeling tools. Tools are always good. If you already have a backlog, you probably still have more tools that could help you improve the building of those kits. For the MGST aerial, same here. The dojo, though, I'm really excited about this. The new space looks so good compared to where we've been. I'm excited about having mats finally the floor we've been on for the last like 12 years at the old place. We're not quite ideal. Let's just put it that way. And put on some kill switch and cage or parkway track. Indeed. Still gotta go back to the dojo tomorrow and do some finishing touches. I gotta move some stuff over still, some equipment and dojo merchandise stuff, uniforms and gear and all that stuff. And set up the locker rooms and a few other things. Hang some stuff. Finishing touches. You painting at all? No. Thankfully. We got away with that. The walls are in pretty good shape. We cleaned up what was there. Did a few touch-ups because they left the paint from when it was painted last, which I think might have only been like a year ago. So we're just going to run with what's there, and then if need be, we can repaint in a year or two. Save some time, energy, and money there. Signs are costing more than I thought they were going to. You know, mats are not a cheap thing either, so getting all that stuff set up. It can suck depending on how much there is to paint. Yeah, I hate painting. Anything I can do to get away with not. Jeez. Also the fumes, yeah, very true. I think the mats are actually off-gassing a little bit, so had the door open today, trying to let some air circulate a little bit. But it smells so much better in the new place than the old place because we've had like mold issues at the old place, floods and stuff, and it's hard to get that smell to go away. Speaking of painting, I'm painting minis tonight. Nice. A 6, 8, and 12. I'm looking forward to the dojo move being over though, because it is definitely consuming just about every spare moment I have with the new day job. Making, you know, I don't have the opportunity to work from home like I was. It was a lot easier to kind of make time for warehouse stuff during the day some days and things like that. It's just everything's adding up to me being absolutely slammed. So once that move stuff is behind me, then I can go back to just regular busy instead of extra super duper busy. God, indoor water park, chlorine environment. Oh, why my lungs still hurt. That's strange. The first MG for Witcher Mercury is an SD version. Kind of. I mean, they made full mechanics of the aerials, so I don't feel like going full mechanics to MG inside of a year or two is very likely. Unless it's a situation like that. I don't feel like it's necessarily a hierarchy of things either, other than most designs I'd say probably get an HG before they go to anything else. It's very unlikely to have an MG of something that doesn't have an HG, I guess I would say, but other than that, I think they're deciding other ways. Thanks for the sub, Lee Young. And HGs for suits that had 5 minutes of screen time, right? There's a way I could post pics in chat. So my first cut went to spin nippers and it looks super clean. If you've never used good single blade nippers like that, yeah, it's a huge step up from some of the more like entry level nippers. Any kits that have an MG without having a HG first? I doubt it. If there are, they're probably like variants. Like I could see there being a weird Zaku variant or something that doesn't have an HG perhaps, because that's such a simple kit to build on an existing MG. Doesn't require anywhere near as much R&D. But I'm not super aware of whether there is or not. Is ordering any more of those Demon Slayer kits? Which one? Is it one that came out recently, or are you just talking about in general? MKB and F9 don't have HG, I think only MG. Gotten late, daughter's 5th birthday party today. Now for sending me time. Nice. Happy birthday to your daughter. Speaking of Demon Slayer, I want to see some madmen make an Infinity Castle diorama. $100 from Good Smile still coming? It's supposed to be. Crap, I'll fix those mold lines. How different the MG Full Armor Double ZZ is going to be from MG Faz. Hopefully not just the color variant. Yo, no building for me tonight, but I'm working on my new home. Cool. Congrats on the new home. What are you working on with the house? Hey Duo, what's up? Paint samples, caulking and spackle. Nice. MG Barbecue Slip's coming out in November. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Man, I should have just sanded these parts when I had this apart. Don't want to separate. What's up, Heathcliff? How are you? You still remember that question from last week? Oh, was there a question we were gonna carry over? Remember there was a question I had to remember for the last draw last week. It has been interesting with the gift card thing increasing. We're going to decrease the number range again tonight, see if we can accelerate things. You're going to challenge yourself to see if you're going to remember. I thought it was just to the end of the stream. I don't know that I would have tried to challenge myself to remember something that far out. I can't remember, you know, what I did yesterday sometimes. Okay, I'm going to skip these color swaps here. Okay, A17. Answer to the earlier, is there an MG with no HG? Question: the Turn X has a MG and an old 1144 no grade but no HG. Have you had an increase in viewers? I don't know that there's been a super appreciable increase in viewers. I guess I have to look at the actual charts. It's hard to say. I feel like I don't think I posted on social media the last week or two, so for the stream specifically. So that would be a negative thing. And I stopped doing the stream reel recently. Somewhat recently, like a month plus ago. Just trying to cut down on my own workload because I've been just too busy, too much stuff. Was a recent one for MG only? Okay, yeah, that's true. So there's a few. I feel like Turn X is kind of cheat because having 1144 no grade is kind of the same. I feel like most things have... A lot of things maybe didn't get a high grade after having some other kind of 1144. Like there's kits that I think have an entry grade but no high grade for them. And some of these most recent ones like the Log Gundam, and if they decided to make the Log Gundam into a master grade, like I feel like it's unlikely they do a high grade before that. It's probably unlikely they do a master grade as well, but is it Bone Daddy? What you get when you turn XX? Tall Keys 3. Maybe, but that's probably also in that there was a no grade before it. There's a 100 high grade, but not a 144. I feel like stuff that's P Bandai kind of is weird circumstances too, but MG Deep Striker, MG Asteroid Noir, MG F80 Gun Raid, MG Impulse Blanche, and MG Talgis Flugel don't have HD variants, and I doubt they'll ever get one. But those, so like a lot of those, Talgis Flugel, for example, it's a P Bandai, and it's based on a kit design that already exists. It's just like an accessory pack added to it, so it's kind of doesn't count in the same way. Okay, like that. Now you're in the attic. Do you clean up your build space at the end of building or leave it as is for next time? I've been cleaning up a little bit, mostly putting stuff back at the top and sweeping off nubs because I tend to leave them on the mat. most of the time. 15 and 16. Everyone should pressure bend out an MG green ashtray. I don't know if they're pressurable. They've done surveys where the kit everyone wanted won was not the kit they produced or announced afterwards, so I don't think they really care what people want. Definitely don't care what we want over here. What's up, Schmo? G-Soft won a survey once, still don't got the MG. Right, I think that's the one I was thinking of. But there have probably been other ones as well that maybe aren't as recent memory. If I never really cared what people's wants, we would have gotten HG Tequila Gundam by now. You'd think. But it seems to be getting more likely with some of these HG G Gundam releases that have been announced. PG Tequila. Now, if there's an unlikely kit, that's the one right there. We're talking about how many wing version does NA get? Clearly we want wing. Yeah, but if they were really paying attention, we'd have like a Heavy Arms Verka or PG Heavy Arms or, you know, something like that. Or Death Scythe or any of those other designs. It seems like they overdo the actual wing. Or an MG Leo. This one HG Taurus or HG Virgo, man. Virgo and Aries. And EW Verka. I know is really paying attention. The EW kits would be normal releases. Exactly. NEEWPG. HG Serpent or RE100 Serpent custom would be peak. Yeah, there's a no grade, or no, I think it's a 1/100 HG Serpent. I've got one of those in my backlog from way back when. I want to build and paint it someday, but it's going to require a lot of work. Seriously, getting some HG kit attention and not as P Bandai crap we've been getting too much of. Alright, so I think it's time for a draw. Got the old one, it's pretty much a brick. Time for our first draw of the night. We're starting off with a $45 Mecha Warehouse gift card. We haven't had any winners in the last couple weeks now since transition to this gift card idea. So for our first draw of the night, let's do a number from 10 to 800 and answer the question, do any kits live at your hobby desk? Do you have any kits that just live there? Maybe on display or been work in progress for so long and not actually been touched in forever. So 10 to 800, any kits live at your hobby desk? If so, what are they? That might be interesting. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number has to be in the same comments for valid entry. 10 to 800, and do any kits live at your hobby desk? Typically, all my SDs and MGSDs, nice. Or the previous build was usually. It's kind of cool. Reasonable. Yes, they rotate through. Any Race Studio products? I have not. Get my demo boarding just floating around on my bench. Cool. Got two kits here. My SD Ariel's been living here for a little while, and I have a Gustav Karl that I've got ideas for paint job and diorama that just have not gotten around to doing. Someday I might have time to do it. Okay, E1, E3. Gustav for the minigun, correct. In fact, you can even see the barrel of it right here coming out. Figure out what I'm gonna the hollow space, the backpack, a couple of SDs that need to be painted one day. Oh man. E1, E3. Gustav Karl's tried to pose on camera. He's already in a pose. I'm not going to change that pose. But he can come out. He's collecting a good amount of dust. He needs a bath or something if I ever do get around to painting. Maybe that'll make an MGSD G Gundam for the Halfway movie? I don't know. Option minigun set, correct. The giant Gatling, it's HG. It's a Build Fighters, I think. Number 23. Was the question, do any kits live at your hobby desk? Was the question for the draw. 10 to 800 is the number range. I'll call time in a few minutes here. Finish the God Gundam diorama you're doing with the carriers. It's not really a diorama at this point. It's been living at the warehouse for, well, both this and the previous warehouse for a while. I've basically considered it done because it's sitting on there. Someday I could turn it into an actual diorama, maybe make a road or something for them to be on, tarmac type thing, but I have so many other projects I'm excited about doing that that's just kind of display for display's sake. Speaking of God Gundam, it's still crazy to me how they never replicate cockpit for any other Gundam series. Yeah, I wonder if it has to do with, I mean, it's kind of unique for how they were doing that series. Good ideas. Gustav Karl also has a Gatling. It fits the suit and aesthetic so well, it does. Big bulky suit needs big bulky gun, not the tiny beam rifle that comes with it. I've got such ideas for that one, and I would love to share what they are, but I won't, because if I ever get around to it, I want it to be a surprise. Alright, so this goes in something like that. And this one comes across. Gatling 2 plans to give it to my HG Sazvi at some point this week. Surprises? Have you thought any more about our new redacted competition? I've been thinking a lot about it lately, actually, because we got the kit for it, I think. We're trying to figure out how I would do judging, and I really want to be able to build along, and I might have to sacrifice that, because I can't guarantee that I'll have time. We're now, what was the range in question? 10 to 800. And do any kits live at your hobby desk? I'll call time in like 15 seconds here. I want to get everything ready to go. Time has been called, and here we go. 10 to 800, 230. I misheard that. Whoops. 230 is what I just said, right? I don't see a 230. I'll let you guys confirm if that's the case. The prize will bump up another $5. and we'll try again. E8, A10. No winners. Okay, I just realized the narrative Apex I've inbound might have to live at my hobby desk, which is not a thing I have. Uh-oh. Okay, so no winners. So we're bumping up to 50 for the next draw. Okay, what did I just say? E8, A10. Back to work until 2:30. 40 a.m. Rough. Good luck, everyone. Happy building. Yeah, have a good rest of your shift. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like sometimes when I'm on stream, I feel like these lights cook me. I just feel so like dried out by the end of the stream, like I've been sunburnt or something. I don't know if that's a real thing or if you know, I'm just dried out for everything else over the course of the day, or what the deal is. Like a burger at a fast food joint. Yeah, right. Just being under the warming lamps. That happens to me too. Like I know sometimes at the end of the day I can feel that way regardless, but I feel like it's pretty consistent. I used to have lights on for hours on end. Yeah, and just they're relatively bright. I don't know. Speaking of food, so last weekend, Sunday, we made our first attempt at doing pizza on the grill. Not having let's see, farming is like that, even without bright lights, at least in my experience. Really? Interesting. I don't feel that way like at the dojo when I'm teaching and I'm in front of essentially an audience for hours. But I feel it here. Can you adjust the camera? We can't see anything you're doing often. Not easily. I'd like to bring it out further, but then it's... I facing down at me. I need a better way to put it out here. It's just, I want to work in here where I can see. I need like a monitor camera down here, or not camera but a display hooked up to the camera so I can see without having to look up. Have to do a lot with the type of bulbs you have and how close they are to you. Maybe. What's up, Wilkie? Pizza, yum. Yeah, it was interesting. We did the pizza on the grill, first time ever. Something might have been wrong with the recipe for the dough that Kate used. It was super sticky. We tried to fix it. The pizza came out pretty good, but it was a struggle. Came out good despite the situation with the dough. So we're trying it again tomorrow. We're hopefully gonna have less issues. It sounded like the dough she was prepping for tomorrow was a lot better. Don't have a grill, but I dream of trying wood fire homemade pizza. Yeah, this is the first time we've ever tried it. When we got the new grill earlier in the summer, they had a promotion with a bunch of pizza stuff for free with it. So we got a pizza stone and the peel and a few other things. So like, you know what? We'll try it. Stuff across wood-fired pizza. Yeah, I miss Bertucci's, and Bertucci's the wood oven pizza. I don't think they have any near us anymore. If it even still exists. Trying to make hibachi style teriyaki chicken tomorrow. I've been watching how to videos for a few days. Hibachi chicken, that's like Kate made a hibachi style chicken dish this week, and it was amazing. But yeah, doing the pizza. We tried a lot of things in the grill this year. We still have more stuff to try. The the grill came with a rotisserie like attachment as well that we haven't even had a chance to try out yet. I've got like a basket for it because we were thinking that we would maybe be able to do like veggies or something else in the rotisserie basket. See if we ever get around to actually trying that. But we have the griddle top that we put on too, and that's been great. Smash burgers for the win. But we've done omelets on there. We've done grilled cheese. We did pancakes recently. That was the best, like $300 I ever spent or whatever to get the griddle attachment for the griddle tray or whatever you want to call it to go on the grill. So many great options. It doubles the usefulness of the grill, at least. The skewer is right. We have a great Japanese steakhouse nearby that is fantastic hibachi, but it's just a bit pricey for the three of us. You hear that? There's down in Virginia in Williamsburg, there's a hibachi place. It's like order at the counter in Williamsburg. That was really good. Oishi, I think. If I had a place like that near where I worked, I would be eating there weekly. I'll look them up next time out there. Yeah, it's great. It's in like the downtown Williamsburg area. That and the other really nice place was there was ice cream. Elwyn's, I think. We ended up going there twice while we were on vacation down there because it was so good the first time. They had like waffle cups, waffle bowls that they made in-house, and they were pretty awesome. wish I could do hibachi still. A family-owned hibachi place near me, but never tried it. Cool, I should be there next week for a job out in James City County. Cool. Definitely give it a shot if it works out. It was great. Totally would recommend it. There's a sushi / hibachi place right near where the new dojo is too. It's like right next door or something, next plaza down. That I need to try sometime. I want to try there's a literally next door to us, the next unit over, there's a like coffee shop. I gotta check out what they got going on in there too. The soy sensitivity, that's rough. They won't have any ideas on the best looking F90 mission packs for display. I think the F90 looks pretty cool without them. Even making me hungry again. I ate dinner just before stream. Yeah, I hear that. I'm getting kind of hungry. We did brats on the grill tonight, actually. We don't usually grill on Saturdays with the stream. But with the move stuff and going over earlier in the week in the evening, our other planned grill day this week fell through. Is Oishi? When they first said it came out on search. Yes, yeah. Hey, bird soup, what's up? Popcorn chicken for me. Driving down to PACCON next weekend. Are going to be tied up with a myriad job and responsibilities. I don't think I'm going down. So we're celebrating my daughter's birthday a week early next weekend, and I'll either be chasing loose ends for this move, like cleaning up and ending things at the old place for the dojo, or just recovering from the rest of the move stuff. I need to offload some equipment and stuff that I'm not moving, or get it over to storage and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think I'll be going to PACCON. I wish I was, but just don't have a ton of bandwidth right now. This year is going to be a long show with how things have been. Yeah, it's been rough. I feel like since starting the new job, things have been kind of crazy, and part of that's the new job, but more of it, I think, is just the timing with the dojo, like right on top of that. And fall's just generally busy in general. We've got my daughter's birthday, my son's birthday, my brother's wedding. That feels like there's more than that. I think there's more than that, but I don't remember what the other ones are. But we've got like something going on nearly every weekend. It might not be rough forever. You can climb the ladder, start working from home again. It's not a climb the ladder thing. So it's the corporate culture at the new place is not really a work from home place. Like, I'm pretty sure if I needed to work from home for a day or an afternoon because I had a sick kid at home or something like that, if I had stuff I could do from home, that wouldn't be the end of the world. And my boss is cool, so he'd probably be fine with that within reason. But it's also being a group lead, as more of those responsibilities start turning on, it's gonna be harder too, because just more in-person meetings, being able to check in with members of my team and stuff like that. So it's harder. But like I said, I'm pretty sure if I needed to, I could, but just not regularly. And honestly, anything engineering that involves hardware, which is a lot of what embedded stuff is, it's harder. I kind of hated working from home. I liked when I was working from home with the hybrid schedule because being home is nice. But there are a lot of times where it felt like I couldn't get as much done because I would need something. It'd be good to be able to go ask somebody a question. And even in just not even a month I've been at the new place, the number of times you just get pulled randomly into a conversation that's important, where you have a question and you can literally walk a few cubes over or whatever to talk to somebody, is pretty valuable in that kind of environment. So I don't mind being in, and I'm way busier, so it's not like I have time where I'm twiddling my thumbs and it's convenient to go step across the attic and check my Mecha Warehouse email while I'm waiting for a response from somebody or something like that. But I'm loving the new position though. It's been good so far. It seems like it's only going to get better, but like the best thing about the last one was the thing I disliked about it the most, the fact that I wasn't super busy. Your plastic crack customers need you too. Yeah, well, Sean's at the warehouse to respond to most things, and I don't think it's really affected much, other than I think I need to get an order in somehow this weekend and figure out how to balance that with being out probably most of the day tomorrow doing move stuff. And I got what was the other thing I was gonna say? The move stuff. I got pre-orders inbound that I have to invoice the balances for, I think, and then a whole bunch of move related stuff. Before I knew that the move was going to happen or how busy I was going to be these weeks, I volunteered to help out next Friday. They're doing like a job fair or whatever, trying to hire people for the production floor, and I volunteered to help out with it on my off Friday for a few hours. So, whoops, looks like I'll be busy. All right, so it's about 9:30. We should do the next draw now. We're at a $50 Mecha Warehouse gift card. Could help out with the move. You could pay me with Hibachi. There's not even like that much that we need help with at this point. Like the cutting was all Kate for cutting the mats. Setting up the mats was pretty quick with the two of us, and one of my sons helped out a little bit with that. Right now, like just moving stuff over and like hanging pictures and stuff, and it's just there's a lot of loose ends. It's almost like too hard to delegate the stuff that we got left. Okay, so we're up to a $50 gift card. Another number range, and then the question. Bocce's payment method is legit. Yeah, maybe that's. Oh, but we're gonna do pizza tomorrow. In a second. Pay Kate and the family and hibachi. Maybe next week or something. But yeah. So, question. All right, I got one. So let's do a number from 10 to 800 and answer the question, what is the kit that doesn't exist but you wish did? How do you like your steak? That would have been a good one. Too late. I got some other ideas too. 10 to 800, what is the kit that doesn't exist that you wish did? Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to U.S. addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number doing the same comments for do not entry. Again, 10 to 800. What kit does not exist that you wish did? HD Virgo, I could definitely go for one of those. These RG Heavy Arms, that would be cool. Love an RG Heavy Arms. I'd love a PG Heavy Arms. I'd legitimately buy at least 2 of those. You just want to rig them with motors. That'd be really cool. All right. A 7, 9, and 12. Actual HD Big Zan would be cool. Be pretty cool. Not be surprised. Big Zan was the pipeline. They already released Destroy and Psycho Mark II. Be interesting. Wouldn't mind seeing a PG Zakatu. That'd be pretty cool, but at the same time, I kind of want to see like completely new PGs. I feel like PGs are so far and few between. These days, that it'd be nice to see some new designs. The reason you feel that way is because it's true. I think if they're going to make a Build Fighters PG, they should do a Sengoku Astray, since they already have the other PG Astray they could base it on. Yeah, but what other PG are we going to get that isn't a Gundam? I don't know. Could we get a PG Sazabi? That'd be nuts. They're finally doing the new with the PG Unleashed that's coming out next year, so maybe that's actually a possibility. PG Sosby would go so hard. It'd also be so pricey. PG Sosby would disaster. $900 PG Sosby, right? PG News sales, but actually, I don't know, because we haven't offered them for pre-order, because we don't get confirmations on Bandai anymore, so we're not offering them as a pre-order. So we won't know until they're close to showing up, at least. We're planning on doing a early bird for it when it shows up, so we can have as many ready to go out the door as possible, because we definitely can't sit on a big batch. 1100 with LEDs. The ultimate Gunpla status symbol. Why stop at PG Mega Size Psycho? Alright, let's call time here. Okay, 10 to 800, 627. I don't see a 627. Let you guys confirm if that's the case. Then our prize drop jumps up to $55. A17. No winners. All right. So bump it up to 55. Big Splurge has been picked for a while. PGXE looks so good. Sounds perfect for Tomb 3. What do you think a PG Psycho Gundam would cost? That would be more than insane kit. That would be pretty pricey, I think. PG Zaku can pretty much found everywhere for like 170. PG White Pace. That will see a PG of a ship. How many kids are backlog you started and put back in the backlog? Only one, technically. I have a HG Origin RX-78. And the only reason it's been started and then put back is I did use it. I think it was for like a panel lining video or video clip or something years ago, and I needed something that had good panel lines to do it on. So we snapped a couple pieces from that and then put it back. So technically it's been started. Problem with PG Sosby is you would also need PG New to go with it, but that already exists, so, or it's already coming, so we could totally do it. PG Ball, please. PG Ball would actually be pretty cool with all the detail, like in the Verka. That would be a very interesting kit. Okay, 15 and 16. Good evening, Chief. First time getting to watch you live. Hey, Mayhem Omega, welcome. Bandai makes a PG Sosby first, or some third party does it. PG ball is something I would buy. I think that would be a fairly popular kit, considering how quickly the PG or the Furka ball has sold out in the past. So it's not just a good Gundam mecha kit; it's a good general sci-fi style kit. Beat the punch when it came to the MG Devil Gundam. If not, would be another PG kit that isn't from Gundam. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if it happened soon, because statistically it seems unlikely to happen often. But I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again at some point. Just don't know what it will be. Or when. I wonder if there's any what franchise would be popular enough? Maybe another Ava at some point. PLVMG ball is its price, very beginner friendly design, and so simple test techniques on. PG X-Wing, that'd be actually pretty cool. Cross, maybe. I feel like the maybe my experiences don't match the rest of Bandai's like seller base or whatever, but I feel like the Macross kits from Bandai, the ones that have come out recently, the HGs, are kind of meh in terms of interest. Surprised they've made so many of them, but they just don't seem to move that much. A14. Gets back in the Azer, crazy big deal. Your interest or customer interest? Customer interest. Like, I just don't. I feel like we thought they were going to sell better with the first few than they did. PG Gypsy Danger and Pacific Rim would be incredible. That'd be a pretty cool one. I feel like fairly unlikely, but that'd be pretty cool. So my only two problems with them are they are parts formers and they're sticker heavy. Cross fan in the US got kind of killed by the whole Robotech situation, probably. Like the HG YF19, yeah, but so I feel like the original one did kind of okay, and then each one that's come out after that has just kind of gotten less and less interest. I could be wrong. Groceries had Nippon, but just wasn't income, so many kids I'd buy. Big O got more love. That one kit was overpriced and flimsy. I'd love to see more Big O kits. No, I got most of the YF kits. I think you're in the minority though. Like, I don't think they, I don't know, I guess I've been kind of surprised at how a lot of new releases have done. Slipped down by the Hasegawa Macross kits. They need to paint it all. Yeah, but that's what you get when you buy Hasegawa. Got my big old kit for 50. I haven't started it yet. E1, E3. The first one, so I didn't know. Whoops. Most model kit manufacturers don't do the colored plastic and snap models and all that kind of stuff. You know, there are some. Like in the mecha space in general, most of them tend to be snap fit colored plastic and stuff, but it's relatively completely lost my train of thought. But like, so like Bandai, clearly Kotobukiya, I think Good Smile with the Motoroid kits. Who else makes? There's a few other like third-party type stuff. But you look at like a Hasegawa or a Oshima or any of those, most of those tend to be need glue and or paint. Any pleasant sales surprises, or mostly being a canary in the coal mine? Like things that performed better than expected. It's hard to say really, because a lot of those kits that if we don't expect it to do well, we're not buying a lot of. If they sell fast, it's sometimes hard to tell if that's because you only got a few of them or if they're popular. And then we'll buy a few more and they'll keep going a few at a time. But the real tough are the ones that we think are going to do well or hope are going to do well. But you know, 36 isn't enough. But other kits in the same category, ordering something like 36 just to throw out a number, might be, sometimes that might blow out in a few hours, sometimes that might take months. And there's no telling which ones will be which. Speaking of manufacturers, I heard some crazy third-party company got an official license making Peruga from Night Magic. Lucky's has been killing it lately. I had zero interest in non-transforming transformer, and those large ones are fantastic. Changed my tune. That's cool. I've heard good things about Lucky's. Interesting. Phone OS updates. Yep. I just finally got around to updating my phone for the first time in like a year or something like that. And I feel like it's already asking me to do the next update. I just realized what I was forgetting for crazy fall schedule. So I think it's beginning of November, we're doing another local open house build day at the warehouse. And then late November we got Black Friday and all that craziness. Just found out they took away the auto screen rotate. Really? security updates. Maybe. I don't even know. I just know my phone keeps asking me to update. And I'm just like, I don't feel like... It always asks me at the most inconvenient times. E8. Set mine to auto update while I'm sleeping. I just don't trust it to. I can't afford to have it fail an update somehow overnight and then have it not wake me up because it's my alarm. Okay, when I'm watching a video and mid-scene it pops up. Yeah, that's always lame. Or we don't have a landline either. It's like I don't want to do it at a time where I might. Like I can't do it when I'm alone in case my phone doesn't come back up. I want to make sure somebody else in the house, i.e. Kate, has a phone that's good to go. Either they force updates for apps with this phone. My old phone, if I didn't want the app to update, didn't update. We're done seeing I have 2 cell phones. I mean, we do, because, you know, Kate and I, but if she's like out with the kids doing something, then it's not a great time to update my phone. We'd have 2 cell phones, you know, like a suspicious person. Oh, yeah, like a burner phone or something, just to. I mean, I probably need a new phone number. My phone number has been getting so many spam calls. Because yesterday I was sitting at work and I was getting calls over and over again from the same dude that I'm pretty sure were spam or he had the wrong number. But I use the Google like answering service to screen calls for me if I don't have the number of my contacts. And dude was just like screaming at it every 15 minutes. These days, 3 cell phones is sus. 2 just means you got business to take care of. Get my phone to go through an update while shopping for groceries. Had to spend an extra 10 minutes in the store waiting for it to finish. Yeesh. Worst part is you can get a new number and be on like everyone's lists. Yeah, the main reason I'm not is just because it's so inconvenient to tell everybody a new number. Getting an VN is totally normal. Get spam calls worse. A debt collector seems to be a bank account before I went up to the register. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's inconvenient. Calls people trying to get a hold of someone named David, maybe? Got text messages. I don't know, this guy was just like, no, I want to talk to him. It's like, why are you calling? None of your business. So it's like, no, it is business. I was like reading it right there, and I no idea. Could have just said what he was actually calling about. I might have picked up. Get debt collector calls for my second ex-wife who owes me 10G. I'm like, dude. Vehicle's extended warranty. Oh, warranty stuff's the worst. And car insurance sometimes too. Way back when I had somebody put me on a list because I said, sure, I'd be interested in saving money on my car insurance. And then I got millions of calls. Get the phone number of your local Scientology church. There you go. I just try to waste their time, James Veach style, when I can. Yeah, I'm going to answer. Answer in silly ways or ask silly questions. Yes, sir. The car that I don't have is still basically stock, other than the rockets I added to it or whatever, some ridiculous thing no one puts on their cars. And then one in my family who has never answered a spam call. If I don't know the number, I never pick up. Next week I'm either starting Libra, Holy Knight, or Leo, and probably both good choices. I haven't built any of the fantasy stuff yet. 30-minute fantasy. Probably should though. Type to install flux capacitor. It would be helpful. I need one. Recently only owned a 93 Impreza. We get calls and emails about my standard warranty was about to expire. Yes, the standard warranty on those Subarus is a solid, 30-something years. Gotta love those Japanese cars. Riley Auto Parts has a listing for the flux capacitor. Really? I'm gonna search this right now. I think water research would be so easy with a flux capacitor. It would be. I don't think we'd be having this conversation if I had a flux capacitor, though. I'd probably just have won the lottery somehow. Oh yeah, they do, but it's not available for purchase. 1.21 gigawatts, 88 miles per hour working speed. Modifications, time traveling on risk. Plutonium is required to properly operate the flux capacitor. Requires a stainless steel body of a 1981 to 83 DeLorean DMC to properly function. That's great. I want to be able to order one. Ever since I have my number as an emergency contact from the hospital, I've been getting Medicaid and death benefit scammers 10 a day or more. Oh, that's rough. All right. Okay, I know where we're going with this now. So we're going to do our next draw here. You're so blurry. I feel so blurry. That makes sense, actually. There we go. My eyes feel blurry. I apparently need to go get some sleep or something. Okay, so third draw of the night. We are up to, is it $55 on this gift card. We're going to do a number from 10 to 800. And what is the best time travel movie? Clearly, that's the next question to ask. So 10 to 800, best time travel movie. Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship US addresses. You must be present to win, and your answer to the question and the number had to be the same comment for the valid entry. 10 to 800, best time travel movie. Time Cop. Okay. 13, 17, E5. And this is times 2, so I'm doing this for both legs at the same time. Oh. F13, here we go. Avengers Endgame. Alright, Terminator. So that one will be visible here. We just had a time traveling gun, I'm serious. But it's not a movie. The question was movie, so. I'm surprised they haven't made a time travel gun movie yet. time here in a moment. I've seen so much time travel movies that it's messing with relativity movie. You don't like the stream, just a question got asked, but I want to say my coin came today. It looks awesome, and I think I have the coolest Gundam-related coin number. Which number did you get? Double 7, nice. All right, calling time. Gonna say, like, if you're thinking it's a cool Gundam related number, I would probably say it's 79. All right, here we go. 10 to 800, 245. Winners. All right, so bumps up to $60. We'll try again shortly. Soft on the one. Rough. $60, that is 2 RGs, or a solid MG. Okay, would you guys choose MG Dom or MG Rick Dom? Why choose? Why choose just one? You clearly need 3 of each. Dom for the additional weapons. Nippers are willing, but the wallet is soft and spongy. We got one more draw left actually for that gift card. Alright, so those are set, so now I need F18 and 19 for each. My wife said it's merely Gundam. Some nights I never answer. Unfortunate that the system weapon kits aren't sold at retail. They're nice for customizing game. My custom painted Gelgu, custom Gelgu beam rifle from Weapon Set 002. Got a while back. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that would be nice if it was, and there's a bunch of stuff that almost wish wasn't, because then I wouldn't have gotten lulled in the trap of getting them. I feel like accessory stuff is hard because you gotta print a bunch of it for it to be worthwhile. And we've got all these builder parts that I thought would be really popular. So you just gotta get yourself one with the hobby, and you got leverage. I spend X on my hobby, you spend X on yours. Percentage of kids actually make it to both physical retail and online retail. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. There's definitely stuff that I feel like only makes sense in certain environments for certain size stores. Like there's definitely some obscure like SD kits that just don't make sense to sell online because the amount of effort required to stock like one or two of something, because it sells rarely, doesn't make sense for a smaller online store. If you're at a place where you're selling dozens of those smaller kits online, then they might make sense. But on the flip side, a brick and mortar store just has to throw them on the shelf so they can justify ones of all sorts of stuff. Just open a hobby store and write off your kits as a business expense and use them as displays. You could. It helps if you sell stuff though. At some point the IRS is going to figure it out. Some kids just feel like they're stuck in a void. They exist but no one sells them. Probably kind of for the reason I was just talking about, that they're like too obscure. Doesn't make sense to put the effort in to carry it if you're not going to sell enough of them. That's a constant struggle we've been having lately, is trying to figure out when does it make sense for something. You know, when you got to build listings, track the inventory, find a place to put it, all that kind of stuff. You know, one really inexpensive kit where you're maybe only, or item, any other item for that matter. If you get a item that you only make a few bucks on at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense. You get enough of them. long time ago, IRS let you write things off entirely if you sold nothing in the first year and shut down. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they start really getting super on you until a longer pattern emerges. I haven't had any issues myself, so I don't really know from personal experience. But you can't be taking a loss forever, especially if you can't tell a story that the loss is part of growing. Business years ago, sold Nada for 2 years, was able to write it all off. Yeah, well, I mean, I had a startup to build a tech product that never made any money. Zero revenue, because we never finished building the product before I basically ultimately scrapped it around the time Mecha Warehouse was taking off. I just didn't have the time to do both. We're a bunch of kids, don't sell sale one, I'll walk away the backlog, right? When do you know that dry transfers are good to take off? What do you mean by take? Oh, to take it off the kit that after it's actually transferred. I don't know. I think it's a pretty tough one. It's one of the reasons I don't do dry transfers. I'm not saying to do it, but you could. I think it depends on how things look too, in terms of, did you actually set up the infrastructure to try to sell, or did you just buy the stuff and then write it off? Alright, we got one more draw to do tonight. Alright, let's do a number from 10 to 800, and what's the oldest kit on your backlog? Like, or which one of you had the longest, I guess? Not necessarily the oldest in terms of when it was designed or printed. I make a Gumpo store that fails, but accidentally end up doing the reducers instead. You accidentally make a successful store. 10 to 800, what's the oldest kit in terms of how long you've had it on your backlog? Number one, number per person, do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. You must be present to win. The answer to the question and the number have to be the same comment for the valid entry. 10 to 800, what kit on your backlog have you had the longest? I'm trying to think for me what that would be. Probably one of the kits I got early Mecha Warehouse days that I just couldn't sell and ended up putting on the backlog, maybe? I'm looking at it right now. What would it be? Too many I got all at the same time, probably. I suppose my inbound narrative Apex high grade. I don't have Apex on grade. Alright, here we go. There's a whole bunch of parts, and I don't want to even cut these out because I got 5 minutes before the end of the stream. I'll just do it next time. So these are like the side leg thruster things. You have no backlog, can you truly call yourself a builder? Well, you could be a early beginning builder. Sauce being pieces waiting for lower humidity and cool weather, do a custom paint. Problem is that when there's a kit near me, I go into a fugue state. There's a Gundam in front of me. Eyes roll in the back of your head and you just do it. HG Banshee, I'm here from my brother that's been in my backlog for plus 10 years. Excuse me. Almost wish I had like a spreadsheet of all these kits and when I got them. I think if there's a thing I'm going to wish for, it's really to have time. Spare the FM or MG Vidar. I haven't built either, but I'm going to assume the Vidar, the MG, because it's so much newer. And the MG Barbatos is supposed to be a really good kit. Fairly new, so it's like a 3-way tie. Detailed. I would assume so. Might even have better articulation. I don't know. I haven't built any of those older full mechanics. Need a spreadsheet and an app. I almost bought a kit that I already owned once, so actually twice. I don't think I've ever had that issue. I mean, to set up a spreadsheet, a built and backlog. I feel like that's a good reason, if nothing else, to have your backlog organized. Not necessarily sorted, but just visible where you can see it regularly enough that you're less likely to get surprised by something you already have. Might not help you if you are not near that when you go to order, though. Vidar is pretty great, especially the pistols it has. Alright, I think we're going to call time here. Just a second. Let me get the number generator ready. Use Google Docs on my phone, so I've listed all times, and everyone has access to it. If she wants to get me a kit, she's not worried about if I have it or not. Until you buy it at the same time, she does. But it certainly reduces that risk. This was a good stream. Glad you enjoyed it. This will be Freedom 2.0, but he's currently being worked on. Just need painting, decaled photo parts, and so the Banshee now belongs to the backlog, but I've added so many more. Versions in Swallow. Almost bought one of them again when Peep and I re-released them. Meant to know exactly what's in my backlog, and I'm reaching 90 plus. I feel like I couldn't necessarily tell you what's in my backlog, although I could probably make a list and get most of it. But I'm pretty sure if I saw a kit, I would know whether I had it or not already. Okay, so 10 to 800. Time is called 3:06. What my hobby room is just stacks and stacks of backlog. Yeah, your hobby room is actually just a corner of a room you already have. Right? Just made at, just you can box it out with your boxes. Sorry, my keyboard fell over. So one time at the last place I worked, they had a Slack, and somebody managed to get like a key stuck or something, and like, 2 minutes of just dumping characters over and over again. What was the number again? 306. I don't see it, and it looks like Dylan and Jason already confirmed. So that bumps up to 65 for next week. And I think that's it for this week. So we should be back next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be starting at $65 on a gift card giveaway next week. So that value continues to bump up. See you guys next week. Don't forget, 50% off select items, the code FALL50. That's not going to last forever. There will be an end to it coming in the near future. Not sure the exact date yet, but definitely take a look if you haven't yet. Make sure you take advantage if you can. And otherwise,